So welcome back to the channel. I got Aaron on the line again, and everyone has been asking me, literally I get 5 to 10 messages a day. How is Aaron doing? How are his sales going? So Aaron, why don't we just cut to the chase? Why don't you just show them how your business has been going?
Yeah, so I actually have my screenshot here. Well, it's not a screenshot, but this is my app. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Everything's kind of
27K, 61 units today. It's only 6 o'clock. I mean, the guy's killing the game. What can I even say about it? It's crazy. The thing is he was out of stock for so long because they sold too fast, right? So my man's out of stock. He just got back in stock. So those numbers are definitely going to go up because it hasn't even been 30 days since you've been in stock, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Crazy, man. So we're happy to have you back on the channel. I've been literally taking a list because people have been asking me so much about you. I've been taking a list of questions people want to hear from you. So
okay.
They want to know, some of the people who didn't really haven't seen the first video, but I've told them about you, want to know, what were you doing before you started Amazon FBA and what made you start?
So I was working a full-time job, where I still am, but I started a job as a consultant back in August, so about 8 months ago.
Cool.
And I'm still working full-time. I just wanted to do something on the side. I was looking at different ways to make money online. Passive income was a buzzword back then, and back in November, December, I started doing research and found Amazon FBA. And
awesome.
Yeah, so I just thought it'd be cool to try out and see what happens.
That's awesome, man. So obviously, I've been mentoring you for a while now. We started to become friends and all that stuff. And we just dropped the 9 University course. People have been asking us about that. We've been sitting here and I was just showing you real quick what it was because it's not even totally ready yet at this time of filming, guys. So we're just about to release this. Tell them what you think just initially from seeing it. What do you think about it?
Man, I think that's the most extensive course I've seen so far. I was actually concerned because you guys were releasing such good gems 2 or 3 times a week on your YouTube channel. So I was afraid you'd run out of things to say, but and you guys have 150 videos just on Amazon. That is crazy.
Yeah, it was quite the process, man. It was literally 3 months of filming, no sleep, nothing like that. I've been texting you, telling you I've been up. You're always like, Kale, what's up? What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm in the studio. It's 1 a.m. I'm still filming. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. But let's get back to you, man. That's what people want to know about. So how long did it take for you to become profitable and see a return on your investment? Everyone is wondering about how you did it. How long did it take?
Okay, so depends on what you mean by how long. Mm-hmm. Technically, I started this whole journey January 1st, and it took me until about February or late January to lock in a product, and I didn't start selling until first week of February. Mm. Now, a couple of weeks were taken to launch the product and kind of get it to the front page. Just as a notice, I didn't do a product launch. I didn't do any giveaways or anything. But it took about, from January 1st, it took until the end of February for me to make a full return on investment.
Okay, cool. Interesting. That's good to know because lots of people think it's a get-rich-quick scheme, and obviously that is a pretty quick return. I mean, considering most people don't make 12% on the stock market. If it's a great year and a whole year, you're sitting here in April with $30,000 a month. That's a crazy quick return, but it's also not a week. So I love that you said that. That's awesome. So since we've been, on this mentorship journey, as we've been talking and kind of getting closer, what's the biggest stuff you've learned from Taylor and I, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's just from our phone calls, what are you taking away from this whole experience?
I think the biggest thing I've taken away is the Amazon stuff you guys have talked to me about and just told me about, the things you shared is great. But I think the biggest thing that I'm inspired by is how big and how fast you guys are scaling everything that you're doing. You guys are doing, not only the KT9 community group, but also you guys are doing Honey Badger and also trying to launch this course and stuff like that. It's crazy. Amazon is just something that it's just part of the pie. And like I don't know, it's just inspiring. I got to witness through you guys like what is truly possible within you guys said you started back like in July, August, like less than a year.
Yeah.
Have all this up and running. So that's really cool for me to see. But in terms of Amazon, like PPC advice and just like, it's cool to pick like just ping pong back and forth with someone who's also knowledgeable about in a topic. So I was able to grow just from conversation, hearing your guys' knowledge and stuff like that.
Awesome. That's so cool. Someone's blowing me up here. What are the plans for the future of your Amazon business? Because I know this is only your first product, man. What are your plans?
I was planning to scale pretty rapidly, second, third, fourth product, but I think I had to take a step back and slow down because the pace I was going at was a little bit unsustainable. And also I had a lot of things in terms of the business portion of it to take care of. Now, a lot of people who talk about Amazon online don't like to talk about the business portion of it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that I had to learn on my own, like learning how to set up an LLC and why you need one, learning tax laws, and also learning that, with your business that, people talk about revenue and these big numbers, but then the thing is they neglect sales tax or, income tax. And so just like any other job, your income is taxable. And so that's something I'm taking time to learn and kind of implement in my own business right now. And I would highly recommend against not ignoring that, because like that will come and bite you in the butt so hard. And like, I think some of the other big entrepreneurs that are doing e-commerce right now are talking about their lessons learned. And the biggest lesson learned is not, setting up their business, whether that's an LLC with like an S Corp structure, for example. And like, it really takes a big toll on your business. So that's what I'm taking a break from. That's why I'm taking a break from Amazon private labeling per se right now and focusing more on the business aspect of my company. But once that's done, then I'm just going to go full steam ahead.
Awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, that's smart. That's getting your LLC, definitely something we teach in the course. Super smart. Getting a trademark, talking about tax stuff. Obviously, we're not tax accountants, so we don't go into the very specifics, but that is a key part of the course. Like, you need to get your taxes in order. Awesome.
Yeah.
So let's go back to your product, because it is such a freaking crazy, awesome success. Give me a newbie's asking you, what is the reason it went crazy? What is the reason it's doing so well? Give me like a few reasons why you think it's doing so good.
Okay. Okay. I have a couple gems, but since it's for you, I'll give them.
That's awesome.
So a couple things. One is timing. I think I jumped in my market at a really good time. And what I mean by that is that a lot of people think that you can jump into any market just based on the numbers and things like that. In some cases, that's true. But the numbers that a lot of Amazon gurus talk about, which is like, low barrier to entry for correlated to low reviews and, making sure you have a good profit margin, that's just part one. I think part two comes with monitoring your market, because if you enter just any market thinking that there's a low barrier to entry, and high returns, you'll end up entering, maybe it's a good market like the one I'm in, or maybe it'll turn out being a market like, scratch off world maps or like felt letterboards. At the beginning, these products look really nice. Like they're so shiny, they're so bright, like good profit margins. Like everyone can like envision like how a product will do in the best case scenario. But in the worst case scenario, like all these people in these oversaturated markets now are trying to just sell out and actually just like break even. Like that's even a struggle. And so like, I think part one was timing. Part two is product research. And that comes with monitoring, making sure like you, do your due diligence to make sure you find a product. And mind you, like you're not the only person doing product research. Amazon FBA is like blowing up now, and like with Amazon itself becoming so popular, like being the number 2 most rich company in the world now, like you're not the only one doing this, meaning that you have to be a little bit more smart and more diligent in your product research. Right? And then part three, I think for me, so I think my product did really well, and I don't know if a lot of people talk about this, and I say this is a gem for a reason. My product did really well because it acted as an accessory or a complement to an already trending product. And what I mean by that is, let me analogize. So, for example, if you think about a really popular product, products like the iPhone or like, I don't know, just think of anything you use every day. So, like, let's say, for example, iPhone, right? What can complement this product? You got the phone case, you got, charging docks are becoming a thing. So if you sell those things, right?
Yeah.
And they're not oversaturated already. Like it's like riding a wave. If iPhone's doing well, and if you sell something that can be sold for the iPhone, it might not be like a 1-to-1 ratio, but like you will still ride that same wave. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So exactly. My product is the same in nature. There's a product that is doing well right now on Amazon, and my product is riding that wave, acting as an accessory for it. Like, hey, you have this product, mine helps you have a better experience.
Exactly.
If you sell a product that complements an already successful product, that's almost like you're going to get success for sure.
Yeah. That's so smart. Yeah, exactly. And since I've been mentoring you and I know the product, basically what Aaron's talking about is it's an accessory of an accessory, but it's just an accessory of a very popular accessory. So that doesn't give away Aaron's product or anything like that, but that tells you as someone who's looking for a product, think about stuff that people, maybe it's down the line two ways, right? It's not an accessory for something like a computer. It's not like headphones. But maybe it's a accessory for headphones. You know what I mean? Like it's something right down the line like that. So I think that's a super smart way to find a product. Love it.
Can I pause for a second?
Yeah, go for it.
Low battery. Hold on, I need to get my charger.
All good.
Ooh. I got the notification while you're talking, and I was like, "Oh no, not now."
That's awesome. So I'll talk a little while Aaron's getting his charger, but like I said, it's just been great having Aaron on board here. We've kind of been talking back and forth. I think some of the most fun I've had mentoring and talking, and really I call him mentoring, but this dude's smart as heck. So he's really helping me out as well. It's kind of just tossing stuff back and forth and really just talking business. And I think that's something that is really, really interesting when you guys are looking for a mentor, whether you pick us or you pick someone else. I think it's really cool to have someone who mentors you, who also like you can go back and forth with. Like me and Aaron vibe really well, and we can I can just call him and be like, yo, like, what do you think of this idea? And just talk to him like a normal, like we're homies. You know what I mean? And that's definitely like super taken for granted. Like there's mentors out there that are be very, like uptight and like, I'm going to charge you for every single minute that you spend with me, and I'm going to make sure I bill everything. And I love the relationship that we've had where it's just been like, we're going to help each other out. And however that looks, it looks. And now now we actually have like a friendship out of it, and you can come up and hang out with me and Taylor, and it's not like super weird. Like, oh, this guy's been mentoring me. Like now I got to be like all uptight. Like we'll go out on the town. I don't know. It'll be fun. Like I'm pumped to have you come up. So that's just a little segue. When you're looking for a mentor, think about someone who you would actually want to sit and like hang out with other than talking about business. You know what I mean?
Maybe after it stops blizzarding where you're at, I'll come and visit you.
Seriously, I was driving here to get on this call with Aaron. It's freaking blizzarding in Pittsburgh. What the heck?
It's ridiculous.
Crazy. Okay, so let's get to the next one. Is this something – wait, I think I had one that people really wanted to learn here. Sorry. Oh, yeah. This is a good one. Everyone asks this. What would you say to someone who wants to build a profitable online business but is still a little skeptical? I might throw this one earlier in the video because people really want to know this.
I was also on that side of the fence, and I'm sure Kale was too. When you first hear anything, like skepticism is not a bad thing, I think, initially, because you want to be smart about your decision. You don't want to just throw your money at anything and everything, because that's not being, very, very, I guess, wise or being a good steward over your finances. But I was there and I completely understand. But at this point, I think that if you're still having a hard time envisioning what an online business looks like, you just gotta I think a good way to kind of convince yourself that it can work is just YouTube it, like online business. Look up Amazon FBA, look up Shopify dropshipping. Like, look at how many people are doing well with this, and like just consume what they're doing, and like just think to yourself, like if it makes sense in your head, then that means it's possible. Like if it doesn't make sense in your head, then I'd say like take a step back and maybe think about it a little bit more. But then the thing is, like, if you look at me and Kale, like we're just normal people. Like there's nothing like super spectacular about us. Like we don't have superpowers, or like we're not like I don't know what else to describe us as. Pretty much we're just like you guys, right?
Yep.
The only difference is that we took a chance. And I think a lot of people get caught up in the idea of comfort. And the thing is, like, everyone wants something bigger, something better, but no one's willing to take the next step or take the leap of faith to achieve it. And part of that is good in the sense that it keeps people who are doing the online business able to stay ahead of the game. But at the same time, like, a lot of people who are just as capable are stuck in this, like, you're stuck in your own head because like, it's definitely possible. You see other people do it. The only person that's stopping you from doing it is you.
Exactly. That's so awesome.
Yeah. And like, I'm 22 and like this is my first online business, but like if you look on YouTube, there are kids who are like 16, 13, 14 who are doing the same thing and making more money than I am. So like, like, I think the only thing that's keeping you is you. And I think you got to take some time to evaluate that if you're struggling.
That's so cool, man. So yeah, I wouldn't normally do this, but I think it's time that we I like what you did and just like kind of break the wall and just talk to them and say, look, guys, like, this is the truth and this is how it is. And so a question that I don't think anyone really asks because they're already selling courses. And now that we're selling a course, I kind of feel weird asking it, but what would you say? I want, like, seriously, be honest to our subscribers. Tell them what you actually think. What do you think about the investment of buying a course, whether it's from us, whether it's from someone else?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's a good investment and why? Because I think by this point they realize we're real people. And I kind of want to just break that wall. Instead of this being like a sales pitch, I want it to be a real honest conversation. Like, should they make that investment?
I think if you look at how much this nation, just in the United States, if you're in the United States alone, spends on education, like the numbers are, like, people get college educations and are willing to get into debt for it. So obviously knowledge is something worth spending money on, right? Yeah. And the thing is, like, with any course that's in this genre, which is like online, marketing or e-commerce, like, any course you buy online is going to be significantly less than a college education, and I think more applicable in a sense than a college education. So pretty much more return on a lesser investment, right? Yeah. So I think to answer your question, yes, like it's worth to buy a course. And for those who are still kind of skeptical and like, oh, why would I spend money on a course? Like, if you think about it, like, I think Kale and Taylor talked about how they made an $80,000 a month Amazon business, and that's revenue, not profit. But if you think about it, like, even conservatively, like a 40% profit margin, that's like shy of $40,000 a month, right? So if you buy a course for like $500,000 at the beginning, but in return you get the same knowledge and experience from someone who's made $80,000 a month, right? You're gonna make your return in no time. And now that's not to say like, you won't have to put any work into it. Of course, you got to put your own effort into it. But before I start rambling on, I say yes, it's worth it. But to those who are not willing to, take it seriously, it's just like any college education. Everyone talks about, oh, like, Harvard's a good college and like Yale's a good college. But honestly, like, it's about what you do with that education that really matters. So I think it would be worth it for those who are willing to take a leap of faith and act on what they learn, but not worth it for those who are just looking for someone to do success for them. That makes sense.
100% agree. And I would echo that. I would say if we don't really need your money, we made the course because of demand. It was, and we've talked about this in other videos, I'm sure by the time this goes up, but we made the course because we got 90% of the questions we got every single day were the same exact questions. And this wasn't, eventually, as the channel grows, it's not going to be efficient for us to answer those questions one by one when we could have videos that do it for you, you know? So that was the only reason. We don't need your money, but we did put the time and the effort in, and Aaron knows this because I called him late at night and told him. But like put the reason it's priced as it is because we know it's valuable. We 100% believe in the value, and I know what time and effort I put into it. So that's that. And that's enough talking about the course because now you guys know about it. But thanks again for being here, man. I think that was just like, honestly, an awesome interview. I think that people are going to continue to get great value out of this. I think that you have a huge future, you know, on YouTube as a brand, as a personal brand, because like, I was sitting here like, wow, I think I should just listen to this. Like, this should be a podcast. I mean, I think, and everyone echoes that. So thanks again for being here, man. If you have any last words, if you want people to reach out to you, find you, you don't have a channel yet, so I can't really plug it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No worries. Last words, I'd say. So disclaimer, sorry if I haven't gotten back to your Facebook messages. I'm very bad at keeping up with messages, and I also don't do this full time like Kale, so I can't respond to every one of them.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd say that because I've gotten, oh my gosh, I've even lost count. But like, I know a lot of people are hungry for questions, but like, you know, I think a course is definitely worth it. Like, you know, I invested in a course, the same one that Kale did initially to learn.
Yeah.
The thing is, you know, just talking to this guy, not only is he my mentor, but he's my friend. You know, we talk about this, and like, I think it's important to have people who are like-minded in your circle, and that's why, you know, Kale and Taylor launched this, you know, KT9 group on Facebook, and like, it's important that you like bounce ideas off of people and like get tips and advices from people who have made mistakes before you have, so you can avoid those. And also, like, there's tons of reasons why you want to be in this group, right? Or any group. I'm not just saying this specific group, but I think my final word would be, you know, like, I got here by taking a course, like a lot of you might have or will be taking a course, you know. So anyone can get here. Just take a leap of faith.
Let's do it. That's awesome, man. Well, thanks again. And we will get you back on here just as soon as I can, because I'm pretty sure if I don't, someone's going to come to my house and burn it down because I didn't get Aaron back on the channel. So thanks, man. Have a good one. Peace out. Love you guys. Thanks for watching.